Hi, everyone. I am Nicole McCaskill, the Community Learning Coordinator for Education, Quality Improvement, and Professional Development, otherwise known as EQIPPED. And I'm here to talk to you about creating an individualized professional development plan, often referred to as a PD plan. This presentation is appropriate for early child educators in a variety of roles and settings, including center or school-based classroom teaching staff, our family child care home providers, and early childhood administrators. At the end of the session, you will click a link to complete an evaluation. The evaluation allows you to receive a DCD-EE training certificate. You will be asked to agree to an online learning honor code during the evaluation process. Really quickly, I want to explain how the PD plan process works, as well as earning DCD-EE credit for doing this online recorded training. So after we discuss content regarding professional development plans, which will be in a video, you're going to pause that video, stop it, and then there will be time for you to think about the goals you want to create, and you'll enter those goals within the Qualtrics webinar platform. You'll receive DCD-EE credit for the time spent viewing the recorded training, including 30 minutes of time allowed for you to consider your goals, writing some drafts of those goals, and then entering that information into the Qualtrics online survey platform. At that point, you'll complete a quick evaluation and your certificate will be issued. A copy of the information you submit within Qualtrics will also be emailed back to you, and then you will be able to print your email by saving it either as a PDF document, and then you can use that information to enter that into another form if you want to, but you'll have it. And if you have any issues, you can always reach out to EQIPPED and we can help you with that. For today's content, we will discuss what professional development plans are and why they are important to you and your work. We will look at an effective way of writing goals using the acronym SMART and give you a couple of examples of SMART goal setting. You will have time to think about which goals you would like to set and then finalize your plan within the Qualtrics survey platform. Once you submit your evaluation for this training session, you will receive an emailed copy of your survey answers, which includes your PD plan goals. We'll also send you some information with more resources. The National Association for the Education of Young Children, or NAEYC, and the National Association of Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies, or NACRA, work together to create a document regarding early childhood education professional development training and technical assistance glossary. We are using their definition of professional development plans, which states, professional development plans are documents that provide a framework connecting various professional development experiences to each other and to the common core of knowledge and professional standards for early education professionals. The definition also states that professional development plans create a holistic approach to building an early childhood professional's capacities and ensures that individuals remain current regarding knowledge and practices in the field. PD plans promote professional advancement. They also address career opportunities for those with the goal of pursuing different roles or positions in the field, and they support individuals taking responsibility for mapping their own professional development and career pathways. So what do PD plans really do for you? It allows individuals to use their PD plans on an ongoing basis to remain focused on their professional goals and needs. They are reviewed and revised as necessary, at least annually, or as professional goals, development needs, or PD resources and opportunities change. When used, PD plans can articulate your career goals and guide and inform your desired career advancement and decisions regarding PD opportunities. It is important to note that the North Carolina Division of Child Development and Early Education, or DCDEE, requires that child care center staff and family child care home providers have PD plans. This slide references the DCDEE rules if you want to read more. Essentially, you need to complete a PD plan within 1 year of employment and review the plan annually. It needs to contain your PD goals, be appropriate for the ages of children you serve, include any continuing education, coursework, or training needed to complete your goals, and be kept in your personnel file. It needs to be completed with the program operator and the staff member in a collaborative manner. So if you are completing your PD plan today using this training to meet the DCDEE rule, it will need to be shared with your supervisor when applicable. Also note, there are required ongoing training activities by the DCDEE, so make sure you know what is required of you based on your level of education and/or experience. This information can also be found in the North Carolina Child Care Rules. There are many sources for PD plan templates. Specific to the field of early childhood education, the Division of Child Development and Early Education has fillable online templates that were created by Child Care Resources Incorporated, or CCRI. We are using their template as a guide for the questions that you will use today through the Qualtrics survey platform. The fillable form template links will be emailed to you after you complete this training, and you can transfer your goals entered into Qualtrics into this fillable DCDEE form if you like, but it's not required to do so. Also, your workplace may have a specific template for you to use instead. Again, you can transfer the goals you create today into any template that works best for your needs. In addition, as you think about your specific personal professional development plan goals, make sure to also consider if your program has any other requirements for PD plans that have not been discussed today. So on this slide, you will see a snapshot of the goal setting section of the template. You will see that there are various columns that help you break down a goal into action steps, resources, and who's responsible for helping with those action steps. It's also important to consider that goals can be short-term, intermediate, or long-term, depending on the type of goal that you create. We want you to really think about being realistic with the time that you have to complete goals, and really allow yourself some grace when setting timelines, because we do know that life happens and there can be different things that change at work, so you just want to make sure you build in some extra time if needed. So there are many reasons for creating a PD plan, and there's definitely several benefits. It provides an overall snapshot of your professional development, of your interest and your needs, and it gives you time to think about what you're really interested in working on for your skills and your core knowledge base. For example, you may have spent quite some time studying social emotional development of young children and really feel like an expert in that area. Maybe you attended several training sessions related to the pyramid model or conscious discipline, and you implement those well. You feel very confident in your classroom about your guidance skills for young children. So now you're ready for a new focus, a new topic area to enhance your skills and ultimately enhance your classroom overall environment. So it really helps to create a PD plan to map out strategic goals such as educational attainment. Perhaps you're ready to work on an associate's degree and you need to think about realistically how many courses can you take each semester to be successful, not only in the courses, but also balancing work and family roles or whatever roles you might have as well. It can also help map out long-term career aspirations. And perhaps you've entered the field thinking that, this was a temporary job, and then you fell in love with teaching young children and fell in love with this profession. So now you want to make it your career. So in order to do that, what sort of steps do you need to have in place so you can have a long career in early childhood education? Maybe you have an aspiration to be an NC pre-K teacher or open your own family child care home. Whatever your goals are and whatever you want to achieve, how are you going to get there? That PD plan can help you map out the plan of how you can get there. Next, we will discuss short-term, intermediate, and long-term goals. Remember that professional development goals are specific to your educational and training needs and are not classroom or overall program goals or goals for children in your group. However, by achieving professional development goals, they can certainly have a positive impact on your classroom and the experiences of your children in your group. Here's an example of a short-term professional development goal. A preschool teacher made a short-term goal when he decided to take a 2-hour training at his local child care resource and referral agency regarding outdoor learning environments, and he joined the nature-based professional learning community. He also set a goal of doing online research for how to plan and design an outdoor weather center. Naturalized outdoor learning environments and children's engagement with nature was a topic that was becoming more interesting to him, but he decided to take small, easily achievable steps to begin with. The training and research was a part of his overall professional development goals. This PD plan aligned with his desire to enhance the outdoor learning environment and create an outdoor weather center for the children. By gaining more training and information, he was able to create an outdoor learning weather center and effectively implement this activity with the children. So let's compare that with an intermediate goal. So the same teacher set an intermediate goal. Not only did the teacher want to create this outdoor weather station, but he really wanted to lead his program in creating a more naturalized outdoor environment. This was just an area that he felt very strongly about, already had some previous knowledge, and definitely was beginning to develop a passion for this as he learned more. So he took that and folded that into his professional development plan. So to help him to prepare for this endeavor, he signed up to participate in a short series of online continuing education classes to receive this specialized certification in early childhood outdoor learning environments through NC State's Design Department and the Natural Learning Initiative. So he decided to sign up for that, and then he also planned to attend NLI's annual professional development conference in the fall. So based on the training, the timeline for the training sessions and to then attend the conference in the fall, he allowed himself about 4 to 5 months to complete that goal. So there's more work involved, certainly more time and more commitment on his part to achieve this goal. So a little more depth to it. He definitely will gain a lot through this experience in this focused area of study. And it's just a great example of what an intermediate goal could be. When you think about your professional development plan, do consider if there are any long-term goals that you want to achieve. An example of a long-term goal would be to complete a degree in early childhood education, for example, because that often takes time over several semesters. Usually there are several different steps and strategies that are required for completing a degree, such as completing several different application forms to different colleges and universities. It might mean applying for various scholarships and grants to help pay for the courses, and also registering for the appropriate classes, working through those classes and coursework until all of those degree requirements are met and the individual graduates with the degree. So that's a perfect example of a long-term goal. As with any goal planning, an outside person to act as a sounding board and mentor often goes a long way in supporting you on your life's journey. Whether setting personal or professional goals, a mentor can offer suggestions about creating goals and can check in with you periodically to help keep you on the path to completion. Take a minute to think of one person who could serve in this role for you as you create your PD plan. Is it your supervisor? Is it a trusted coworker? Or perhaps a good friend? Also keep in mind that someone from an early childhood organization like Equipped can serve in this role as well. Professional technical assistants and coaches can provide objective feedback and usually have access to many resources that may help you achieve your goals. We encourage you to set a few calendar reminders as well for check-in dates. For example, if you set an intermediate goal that takes 9 months to achieve, you may want to set a check-in date at 4 months, just to see how you're progressing. The next step in the process is to think about how to craft your goals. The next information that we share will be discussing what SMART goal setting looks like. We will watch a short video clip about SMART goals produced by MindTools. SMART stands for specific. It could also mean simple, sensible, or significant. M for measurable. Could also mean meaningful or motivating. A for achievable. Agreed upon, attainable. R for relevant. Could also be reasonable, realistic, results-based. And T for time-bound or time-based, time-limited, time or cost-limited, timely, and time-sensitive. So let's watch that clip now.
Welcome to MindTools video learning series. How often do you set goals for yourself that somehow end up falling by the wayside? Chances are you set out with great intentions and loads of enthusiasm, but then all of a sudden you lose track of your goal. Perhaps you got distracted by the pressures and demands of daily life and work. Or maybe your goal was so overwhelming that you just didn't know where to start. If you're serious about achieving your goals though, you can increase your chances of success by making them SMART. This means that your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's look at each of these points in turn. First, your goal should be specific. Be precise. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish? Why is this important? Who is involved? Where is it located? What resources will I need? And what restrictions might I encounter? Next, your goal needs to be measurable. If you're going for a promotion, for example, what training courses will you need to pass? How long will these take? And what length of experience will you need in your current role? Setting concrete objectives and deadlines like this can help you to measure your progress and stay focused and motivated. Thirdly, make your goal achievable. Your goal should stretch your abilities, but it should also never be out of reach. Ask yourself, how can I accomplish this goal? And how realistic is it? Then, examine whether your goal is relevant. Make sure that it matters to you and to your organisation. Ask yourself, is this goal worthwhile? And is this the right time? Finally, make your goal time-bound. Set a target date to work towards. When you have a deadline in place, it will be easier to focus on achieving your goal and to keep other less important tasks from sidetracking you. When you frame your objectives as SMART goals, you take woolly thinking out of the equation and replace it with clarity, focus, and motivation. In short, you make it easier to achieve the things that matter most to you. To learn more about SMART goals, read the article that accompanies this video.
Great. Thanks for watching the video. Now, just remember, be specific, have the goal be measurable. Is it quantifiable? Can you track your process? Is it attainable? Can you achieve it? Do you have the resources to achieve the goal? And is it relevant? Does it align with what you want to do? Does it align with the goals of your program? And is it time-based? What is the deadline for this goal? Is it a short-term, intermediate, or long-term goal? So now that you've watched the video about SMART goal setting, let's talk about a couple of examples. For our first example, Raquel completed an associate's degree in early childhood education last year. She has plans to one day continue her formal education, but for now she's going to teach for a few years and gain more experience to decide which specific age group she enjoys the most and whether she might consider a degree in special education as well. But for now, she wants to continue the learning process, even though she's not currently enrolled in school. She's particularly interested in early literacy in young children. The program she works with partners with the local library for ongoing parent-child literacy classes. These classes occur after school hours, and Raquel has never attended, but she's very interested in what the classes offer to families. So Raquel has decided to set 2 goals for herself. The first goal is to research available professional development and training opportunities in her area of early literacy, and she wants to attend some online sessions. She plans to attend at least 2 trainings specifically related to early literacy. She wants to attend 3 of the library-sponsored literacy group meetings and hopes the activities and information might provide more ideas that she can implement with her students in the classroom and possibly build in more family engagement opportunities for her as well. When we look at Raquel's goals, she is clear and concise about her plans. She wants to conduct some independent research and attend training sessions regarding early literacy. In contrast, a goal that is not SMART and not specific might include something vague, such as conduct some research or attend training. There's just not enough detail for someone else to understand the goal, or possibly not enough information for the individual to even remember the specifics of the goal months later. By defining the number of training sessions to attend, she can measure her outcome. Had she stated, I want to be better at implementing early literacy, that would be really difficult to measure. How could she know what she was doing currently is better or worse than what she might do later? That goal is more of a judgment and would require an objective assessment to assess the progress. Perhaps there are some self-assessment tools that could help measure this, but at this point, Raquel's just starting out and may not have access to that type of information or assessments. For now, her goals of initial research and learning more will likely lead to more in-depth goals later. Since they are not overwhelming, it gives her a good jumping off point that will likely not overwhelm her initially. The goal is not too hard, that it might discourage her. It is relevant to her interest and achievable for someone new who's new to this information. And finally, her goal gives her a year to embark on this professional journey. With the demands of teaching full-time and other personal and family obligations, she's given herself enough time and space to balance other responsibilities. Should she achieve her goal sooner, she can revisit her plan and possibly make more goals. Now let's look at a different example or a different goal that includes furthering formal education. So Summer has taught for 5 years, and while teaching, she earned an associate's degree in early childhood education through some face-to-face courses and some online courses at her local community college. Ultimately, she has a career dream to teach as an NC Pre-K teacher, which will require her to have a birth through kindergarten teaching license. While earning her 2-year degree, she learned that a few 4-year universities have what's called a 2+2 program, meaning that someone with a 2-year degree can transfer that credit over to the university to attain a 4-year degree. Because Summer works full-time and is also supporting a family, she will have to do this program online. She knows to achieve her goal of attaining that 4-year degree and working full-time, it will take a lot of extra time and effort. Before she moves forward, she wants to map out this process very carefully. Her professional development goals are this: apply to the 2+2 online universities in her state, also apply for the Teach Early Childhood Scholarship to help pay for this education. There are specific deadlines for applying, and they also require transcripts and other documentation. So she wants to make sure she meets all of those deadlines so she doesn't miss any opportunities. Once accepted, she plans to take 2 courses the first semester to decide how much of a course load she can manage at the university level. Finally, she set a long-term goal of attaining her 4-year degree within the next 3 years. That's what she believes it will take, but at this point she's not 100% sure. But she's going to set that goal and see what happens. This goal will carry over each year on her professional development plan until she graduates. When we look at Summer's goals, we can see that they are SMART goals. They are specific. She wants to apply to the 2+2 universities and the Teach Early Childhood Scholarships. She wants to at least take 2 courses for that first semester and see how things go. They are measurable. She can measure them by meeting those deadlines for applications and being accepted. And they are achievable as far as she knows. She believes that she can handle 2 classes. Beyond that, she will see what happens. And they are relevant. She has a career path that she wants to achieve one day. So these are the first steps in Summer achieving that birth through kindergarten license so she can become an NC pre-K teacher. So she has this ultimate goal. It's going to take her a while to get there, and it is time bound. She hopes to achieve all of this in 3 years, but she's going to start off that first year with just taking a few courses that first semester and then taking a few more the second semester if she's successful during the first. So she has set some SMART goals, and we hope Summer will achieve these goals soon. For those of you who want to set attaining formal education as one of your goals on your PD plan, we did want to discuss what options you have available in the state of North Carolina, and we do have many. We are very fortunate. The first option that we have is the classroom setting. So that means you would go to the community college or the university and be in an actual physical classroom with your peers and instructor. So there would be a set time per week that you would meet. Similar to that type of setting is distance learning. With distance learning, you are using your computer, webcam, you have a set time to meet, but you're not actually on campus. You're doing that using your laptop or computer. The other option for learning is called online learning. It's similar to distance learning. The difference is there's no set time. So you're not in, you don't have a meeting time. You would review and watch content that's typically recorded by your instructor, or you're reading materials and watching videos, and you do it in your time, meeting the deadlines for the class. And finally, the last option is what's called a hybrid program, which uses a combination of different types of learning. It might include classroom, it could have some distance classes, it could have some classes that are all online. So there are many different options in North Carolina. And if you're interested in learning more about this and want some assistance, please contact Equip. We will be more than happy to talk to you about these options and let you know what's available, and you can think more about what type of learning meets your needs, your schedule, and your learning styles. Helpful links will be available to you in the follow-up email for anyone interested in attaining college coursework or a degree. Links include information for the Teach Early Childhood Scholarship Program in North Carolina, Child Care Services Association's College Directory for Teach Scholarships and participating community colleges and universities, approved birth through kindergarten teacher education and licensure programs, and the DCDEE NC Pre-K program lead teacher information. As you plan for your ongoing professional development endeavors for in-service training, the DCDEE provides helpful information about making informed choices for quality professional development options. You will want to make sure that if you need DCDEE credit hours, that the organization providing the training or the individual providing the training has been approved to issue DCDEE credit hours, or the approval to offer the appropriate continuing education units that are also called CEUs. The next step in this training is to actually pause after this video for 30 minutes so you can draft up your professional development plan goals. These goals will be typed into the Qualtrics survey after this video ends. If you are in full screen view of the video, make sure that you minimize that so you can advance to the next part of the Qualtrics survey. To assist you during this professional development plan goal setting process, there is a section that has some checklist of core competencies. They are divided out for child care center staff and family child care home professionals. And this will allow you to give you some ideas of what type of goals you might want to write if you're having difficulty coming up with some ideas. Once you have your draft goals developed, you can transfer this information from Qualtrics into a template from the North Carolina Institute for Child Development Professionals. You can certainly use the template from your child care program or a larger organization if they have one. Or while you're working in Qualtrics and entered your information, you can take a screenshot of it or take a mobile phone image so you can have a record of it. This will also be emailed back to you after you submit the survey as well. So you'll have this information. We just want to let you know that there are many different ways to write the goals, and there are many different forms and templates that are available to you. You just need to know which one is important and appropriate for you to use. And remember, as you create your PD plan for your homework assignment, if you get stuck and need some help or just want to run your ideas by someone, you are more than welcome to call one of us, an Equip team member. We'll be so happy to assist you in this process. If you're interested in reaching out to us, please send us an email at equipped@uncg.edu. That is EQUIPD@uncg.edu, and in the subject line simply put PD Plan Help, and one of us will follow up with you either over the phone, we can meet virtually via webinar, or in person depending on current resources available in your timeline. So thank you again for attending the module. We do hope that this was a helpful process to you. Here is contact information for Equip should you need any further follow-up from us. Thank you so much and have a great day.